What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? I'm out here with my boy Kevin. We about to go ahead and discuss this Tank Roach, saga that we got going on. I don't believe he's been wrong. I don't believe that, when it comes down to beating a fighter like that, everybody got this stuff talking about he took a knee and all of this stuff like that. I think that's the haters, and I think I got the biggest one next to me. So, Kevin, what you say about the fight? Did you see the fight Saturday night?
Yeah, I saw the fight this weekend. I thought that it was gonna be a wash. So I didn't really pay that much attention to it till about the sixth round because I know Tank is a slow starter. So I'm like, let me give it a few seconds. I know it's gonna be a competitive fight. But from the lead up to the fight, I kept saying this ain't gonna be competitive. Lamont Roach is 130, man. You know what I was saying? I didn't believe in this guy. But oh boy, after that sixth round, the boy made me a believer, man. He made me a believer.
So you saying he made you a believer, but when you people, everybody out, excuse me. Yeah, so back to what we were saying. Like I said, over the fight over the weekend was great. Like I said, it was a wonderful fight. We had two great competitors, but I still feel like I don't think he was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to pull up the stats. The stats on that tell me would you approach won that fight?
Oh, I'll go to the CompuBox right now so we can check out the punch stat totals on the fight. Because if you ask me, from what I saw, the eye test, not the paper test, Lamont Roach landed more than Tank. Tank was waiting too much. He was too timid in that ring, man. He had to let off. But he let Lamont get off more. He let him stay more active, more busy.
I'll be with y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I seen the fight. I don't know what he was watching. I know one thing about this, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely seen a fight. And at the end of the day, I don't see everybody wants to say Tank lost. I get it. I understand why. It's good for the narratives in the sport of boxing, and they want to shake up the boxing world and everything like that. But once again, when you to beat a champion, right? You don't beat a champion like that. And KC shows you, Philadelphia shows you how you supposed to beat champion. Everybody else was barely winning. But the Philadelphia 76ers, the Philadelphia Eagles shows y'all how you beat a champion. You don't beat a champion the way Roach did. You beat a champion the way the Philadelphia Eagles went out there and manhandled a champion that was on a pedestal like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's pulling up stats. I'm going to go ahead and get back to his word. So, Kevin, I need to know once again, where do you see Roach fight? Who is the most power shot?
For power punches, we would have to go Tank Davis with a 44%. He landed 93 out of his 210 thrown.
So he landed a power shots down. When the power shots is what hurt. How many did Lamont Roach land?
He was shy just a couple points with 87 out of his 252 thrown. He was 34% to Tank's 44%.
What? After the rounds, when you say after the sixth round, did you know Tank was winning all 6 rounds?
No.
The CompuBox numbers, go look, if you could pull up the CompuBox numbers to where they were judging the fight, they had Tank winning, and the world want to say only reason Tank Davis lost is because of a knee. That's the only thing that separates this fight is that knee.
I'll rebuttal with this one. I would like to retort with this one. Is an unofficial scorecard that they show us through the round that Say at the scorecards, that the official scorecards.
I don't agree with you. That is the official scorecard.
That is the official scorecard.
That's not a
That's not.
No.
Okay.
But what made me give it close because if ladies and gentlemen, one judge had it 115 to 113, Tank Davis. But now
he was with the promoter, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, they had Tank Davis up 113, 115. So evidently the judges that looked at possibly has been a knockdown or Roach was able to land tissue shots against Tank Davis and score. Because if you look at the 8th and 9th round, Tank took off that round.
So I really love, and you guys can see this firsthand. He don't care about jabs. He don't care about total overall punches. You see what this man asked me, ladies and gentlemen. He only cares about what makes Tank make him look good. He said, how many power shots? He didn't ask me how many jabs, how many lanes, how many total. He only wants to know the stat that makes Tank look the best. Tank landed 103 out of 279 thrown. That is 36%. Lamont Roach landed 112 out of 400 thrown and was 28%. So 112 to 103. I'm taking in at 112, man. He landed more, man. When you don't knock a guy out, it becomes a point system. Who outpointed who? And on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like Lamont Roach outpointed Gervonta Tank Davis for the first time in his career. I've never seen it. A stain on my man Tank's resume is there with a draw. Floyd Mayweather would die if he was 49-0-1. He would die. Tank, when he heard that it was a draw, he had his hands on the ropes with his head down in defeat. A person who felt like they won don't do that. I'm sorry. He held his head in defeat. The man know he lost. We pushed him to this rematch. 30 minutes after the fight, Tank said he don't want to fight Roach. But I guess once Tank got on Instagram, seeing everybody say us, oh my goodness, Tony, we rematching before May. I seen it on Twitter. Do I have to pull it up? Do I have to read the tweet, ladies and gentlemen? Let me go to the tweet, John. Talk to the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what this man just said. He said a bunch of baloney, a bunch of garbage, a bunch of fanboy shit. Let's go ahead and be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody wanted Tank to lose. He had that villain role where everybody hates him, including other boxing YouTube channels. Shout out to you, Blue Blood Sports. He's bit biased, but I love those two guys because they actually give me something to watch and understand what's out there to separate my commentary, ladies and gentlemen. What he's talking about is what Floyd Mayweather wouldn't have did. Ladies and gentlemen, go look at the Maidana Floyd fight. You ask me, what's Maidana robbed? Go look at some of Floyd's questionable fights. Because one thing about Floyd, the difference between Floyd had the cachet. He has everything behind him. He had the world behind him. So, of course, to beat the champion, you got to beat the champion. There's no such thing as a draw. You got to beat the champion.
Do you believe Tank won that fight?
I actually believe cold-heartedly Tank Davis won that fight. Because what I was looking at was a scared man in Roach that did not want to do nothing. He did not want to engage. All he was just doing was waiting because everybody told him he had this already. You could beat Tank on the scorecard. Everybody could beat Tank on the scorecard. I believe what he was saying on the point system, everyone could beat Tank on the scorecard. So he just was a good runner all night. Now, Frank Martin, if you go back into the Frank Martin fight, Frank Martin was winning every round. But guess what? He got greedy. Don't get me wrong, Roach did stay patient because he knew his victory was in the scorecard. He already knew his trainers, his everybody told him, you're never going to beat Tank Davis. But guess what? Just jab him. You want to win with a jab. You want to win with a tissue. So what this guy is saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's all garbage. It's all asinine. Because when Tank came back out and he going to prove everybody wrong once again, the naysayers, the soft hands, Shakur, the guy that filed criminal charges on somebody for beating him up in Devin Haney, you know.
So all the million people that think Tank lost that fight, and you the only one who said a million people is crazy to one.
It lets me know how many people.
A million to one.
It lets me know how many people that on the boxing platform today would have hated Floyd Mayweather. And part of this hate is coming from Floyd Mayweather. So when you look at the Tank Davis hate, you get him not only losing could be a Tank Davis, Floyd protege lost. So that's going to add extra fire on it, ladies and gentlemen. So not only said Tank Davis took a loss, or so he say, Floyd it got to be in there too. Because everybody, this is Floyd's project. This is regardless if they mess with each other today or not, ladies and gentlemen. This is Floyd's prospect. So if Tank Davis lost, everybody is happy because Floyd, when he lost, everybody looked at Floyd. What is Floyd going to say? Because guess what? They finally got something on Floyd. Oh, boss, one of your men got a draw. So
but you don't believe that the fight was a draw, so you can't compare it to the Floyd Maidana.
I believe the fight was a draw. But
you just said you believe Tank won. Now it's a draw. We have the tape. It's on tape. It's on tape. When I say
draw, I believe the fight was a draw because they saying not me. Is me saying a total fight, I believe Tank won. But guess what? Sometimes, to me, a draw is a victory.
So should the knee have been ruled a knockdown?
No.
Okay. You see what we deal with, ladies and gentlemen.
Because if you look up the boxing rules, and go back into the boxing rules, pull up the boxing rules. If you are allowed to take a knee to get time if something is actually wrong with you in the fight, not because somebody hit you. Now, do you, ladies and gentlemen, let me be honest with you. Do you think you a victory? How do you think March Roach feel that if he would have beat Tank Davis or for him taking his own knee because of something in his eye? Now, they would have said, he beat Tank Davis. If that would have been scored a knockdown, he would have went home happy as hell. I beat Tank Davis because he took a knee. Who you want to beat Canelo like that? Floyd beat Canelo. He didn't want to say, oh, Canelo lost because of some circumstantial, you know what I mean? Or something. Now,
going into the fourth round, and I asked you who's winning this fight.
I told you Tank was.
Oh, I'll tell you what he really told me. I asked the man who was winning the fight. He told me he didn't know. He said he didn't know. The fight was so boring.
Until the first round, but when I looked at the
fight was so boring. He said Tank's winning because he on camera.
Only reason why the first 3 rounds, no one threw 2 rounds. So I didn't know who the judges would give that type of round to. So you don't know, because ladies and gentlemen, if y'all looked at the first 3 rounds.
Judges don't. But you know who to give it to.
No,
but you just said Tank was winning.
No, because I'm thinking they scored at about 10-10 or 9-9.
It's all the proof's in the pudding, boss. You'll all see it for yourselves. We know who's GTD promotions in this interview, man. We know who's GTD promotions.
This man is a hater. He talk all this trash. I don't even know what some of that stuff he. He's a fanboy of these Shakurs and everybody.
Greatness.
Bus drivers.
Greatness. A fan of greatness.
Guys that beat bus drivers. This guy, Shakur, just went out last week and beat an electrician.
Was Tank supposed to knock this guy
he beat
out?
A solar panel guy.
Was Tank supposed to knock this guy?
Of course he was.
Oh, man. And the guy took him to a draw. If Padley would have took Shakur to a draw, They would have been killing.
So let me ask you a question.
They would have been
The
killing.
fight that Shakur fought last before his last fight, where he got the record for the lowest punches thrown in a seen fight. And you telling me Shakur won that fight?
I can pull that up. Hold on. Shakur Stevenson. Let's look it up.
Can't tell me this guy's a fanboy, man. He's a fanboy. You ask me. He's a fanboy.
No. Because you said before Josh Padley was the lowest fight output.
He got the record for the lowest.
That wasn't his last fight. His last fight was July 24th against Artem Haturian.
The fight before that.
Now it's the fight before that,
which fight where he got the record?
Was that fight against Edwin De Los Santos?
Yeah.
That was November 3rd.
Yeah, what fight? How many punches were thrown in that fight?
We can look it up.
Please. He got the record for the lowest punches, ladies and gentlemen. But he's a stat guy. So that guy, Shakur, he wins on nothing but stats. He just punches you 20 times a fight, and he's going to win because he got great defense. All Shakur has to do.
Shakur, who goes and have no knockouts on his resume, allegedly finished his job. Tank didn't finish a job of a guy who was 130 pounds.
Name me one proven champion.
Can anyone show me someone from 130 that could come up and beat Shakur Stevenson? I'll wait.
Could somebody tell me who Shakur went up in weight of 140? Have Shakur ever held a title at 140? Or have he ever held? He stayed from 135. Shakur never had a one.
Shakur's a 3-division world champion.
Yes. Has he ever fought at 140?
What the fuck? That's not his. To fight Mario Barrios, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody
another front-running cab driver, boss. Who is Mario Barrios?
Everybody that Tank fought has went up to 140.
Mario Barrios is Josh Padley.
Name me one fighter Shakur ever fought that ever went to 140 and went to another weight class and got a belt. I'm waiting, ladies and gentlemen.
That's moving the goalpost.
Name me one person he fought. He hasn't fought nobody. He fought him. Who name me the person that you call for that you hear about them today?
That's like me. My argument being Canelo's better than Mayweather because Canelo never went to 170 to fight Bivol. What the what?
Name me one fighter. Name me one fighter.
My
Canelo.
goodness.
Name me one fighter.
So Canelo is better than Floyd because Floyd never went to 170. You just said it. Shakur never went to 140. He never fought nobody that's been to 140. So be better than Tank.
No.
So Floyd could never be better than Canelo.
No.
Canelo never. I mean, Floyd never fought nobody at 170.
No, because Canelo weight was originally.
No, you moving the goalpost now.
The goalpost for Canelo was he came down to fight Mayweather.
Ooh.
He didn't go up. He came down to fight Mayweather.
How much? Oh, this guy continue.
He came down to fight Mayweather. Canelo came down. Now, I'm talking about who Shakur fought that became champion in another weight class. I'll wait for you. Shakur, Cruz did it, became a champion. Rolly became a champion. Ryan Garcia could have became a champion, but if the man sued him. Everybody that Tank fight and Roach about to become something. You can't become nothing off no Shakur fight. Name me one person that ever became something off a Shakur fight.
Check it out. Where gets them the fuck out of boxing. Tank knocks niggas out and gets them title shots. The next fight after being knocked out. Jesus
because you know why?
Christ.
I'm glad he said that, lady.
You get a title fight after getting knocked out in boxing in 2025. Don't get beat up, get knocked out so you could get a title fight.
Why?
Oh my God! You hear this?
See what he said? The difference between the people that Tank fight, the world gets to see you get knocked out. Guess what? The people that Shakur fight, a few people get. You don't even know he fight. He fighting on free channels, so You don't even know
Oh,
who
and
fighting.
Mario Barrios was on a hydration clause. Oh my God, he went through another dude's weight class and told him, "These is the rules, buddy. You gotta play ball.
Same like
You gotta play ball, baby.
Same like
You gotta play ball."
Hey, guess what?
You went to Mario Barrios' belt and told they sanctioned it. Yo, y'all gotta play ball, man.
I'm glad he said that.
I gotta knock your man.
I'm glad you said
Oh
that.
my God. This is bad for boxing.
All right, I need you to tell me.
This is bad for boxing.
Tell me, maybe he got this. Listen, he got something from his mentor, right? Everybody Floyd fought, if you look at their contracts, Canelo was in a rehydration clause as he came down. Pacquiao was in a rehydration clause.
All right,
hold on, let me finish. Pacquiao was in a rehydration clause, right? All these fighters he was talking about, Tank fought, he didn't make a contract. He just was he was a fight. Floyd Mayweather made up the contract. Leonard Ellerby made up the contract to put it in their favor. Tank never agreed to say, oh, he didn't know about no rehydration.
So they protected that fighter?
So what Floyd Mayweather did was said, you know what? I'm going to do my career like him.
Ooh,
So
I don't gotta say nothing. He's doing it for me, y'all. He's doing it for me.
Rehydration.
He's doing it for me.
But now, now he shows you with this case, 135, the guy had to move up to 145. So there shouldn't have been no rehydration clause. The guy ain't coming in, this 135 pounder. So Tank said, you know what? I'm going to show everybody I don't care about the rehydration clause. Because that boy came in the ring big as fuck. Y'all seen it. That Roach came in the ring big as fuck. You seen it. It wasn't, you don't think it was no rehydration clause in that, do you? Because Roach came in at the big
y'all see it for yourselves, man. Oh, and a rehydration clause, for anyone who doesn't know, is you can't go past the certain threshold. I fight at 140 on fight night. I could come in 172. But with Tank Davis, if you fight him at 140, you can't go up past probably at fight night 143 pounds, 142 and a half. With skeleton faces, man.
Glad he said that. I set him up for this, ladies and gentlemen. You know why I set him up for this?
Fighting skeleton faces.
There's only one person he puts in the rehydration clause after he had three fights after Mayweather. The Ryan Garcia fight, yes. But
rehydration.
Now,
his biggest fight of his life.
Listen, this other Garcia,
50 million.
the other two fights he had, no hydration clause, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Ryan Garcia, right? Mm-hmm. Ryan Garcia got done like Pacquiao got done to Floyd. Because when it was time to fight Pacquiao, you know what Floyd said? He had to go through all type of testing because I believe Pacquiao is doping. So guess what? He had Pacquiao. Go look at the fight. Check this out. Now, Tank Davis thought that the same way of Ryan Garcia. So he says, listen, Ryan Garcia says he put Ryan Garcia in a rehydration clause, right, ladies and gentlemen? If you go back and look at Eddie Hearns, you know what Eddie Hearns said, ladies and gentlemen? He said, I wasn't there when the bout was done. He said, do you know, I would have told him no rehydration clause. That's what Eddie Hearns said. I would have had he would have put one in there. So Eddie Hearns contradicted himself, but then after that, Ryan Garcia go fight Devin Haney. What happened, y'all? Doping. So if Tank Davis didn't do that, Ryan Garcia was doping. It's proven. It's proven he was doping. So why didn't Devin Haney do the same thing that Ryan Garcia?
I got some beautiful facts.
Devin Haney faith happened because Ryan Garcia took doping. To David, he wasn't allowing that. He wasn't doping on him. He knew Mayweather had Pacquiao do it, and he had Garcia do it.
Okay, I'm glad, my man, we can rewind the footage. He said Tank never put anyone on a hydration clause.
Who?
You said he don't put people. That's a Floyd Mayweather Promotions thing.
Yeah.
I just pulled it up. all fighters Tank fought on rehydration clauses. According to available information, the most commonly associated with frequently negotiating for rehydration clauses in his fights is Gervonta Davis, meaning that Gervonta of his recent opponents have likely fought under a rehydration clause stipulation with him. Frequent use. Tank Davis is known for often requesting a rehydration clause in his fight contract, which limits how much a weight of an opponent can regain between in and outside of the fight. So Tank is requesting these rehyd. You told me Mayweather.
No, but listen, when I say Tank, right?
You told me Mayweather and Leonard.
Yes, I'm about to break it down.
Break it down.
If you break it down, if y'all go look at Leonard's tweets, he already broke it up. He said Tank don't make the contract. So the argument, go look up on Leonard LB tweets. Tank was a fighter. He already told you.
So you telling me Tank don't tell Leonard
no.
Put a rehydration clause in there? No. You said no. Okay.
Floyd.
Do you believe that?
Floyd.
Do you believe that, ladies and gentlemen, that
Tank,
the cash cow is not telling this man, yo, make sure that rehydration clause is in there, buddy. You smoking, man.
No.
You smoking.
Floyd,
Tank fanboy, man.
This is how Floyd created
that.
Tank.
I want to talk about Tank Davis.
Tank Davis was created by his mentor, which is Floyd. So now that Floyd got the money team, so he know what's best for his fighter. So when Floyd Mayweather was putting him in that ring, Floyd Mayweather made it best so he could make the most possible money off of Tank Davis. So when he got with Leonard Ellerby, they got a fighter. Tank Davis telling y'all all the stories. He tried to set him up to fight Jorge Pedraza. So if he tried to set him up with Jorge, he tried to put him in a ring. So I don't think Pedraza, because you know why? He's told everybody, go look back at it. He threw him in there and knew he wasn't ready for that boy, and he went in there and knocked him out. Because that's when Floyd tried to sabotage his career. So then now move back up forward, he tried to do it with Rolly. They was trying to get Tank to lose, so now Floyd was setting up all the contracts like Tank said. He shared it in his last video. Go check that out. He said Floyd tried to set him up. Now, after the fight, he only had 3 fights outside of Floyd. I need him to show me those 3 fights that come hydrated. Now, what he don't got Leonard Ellerby making the contracts no more. I don't see Leonard around. And that's probably why he lost, or what they deem he lost, or draw, because guess what? Leonard didn't make the contract. So now he wants to go out on his own man, so this is what he has to do to become GTD, like he doing, the face of boxing. And people like this guy is upset, like Showbiz, Turkish LSC, Blue Blood Sports, and all these channels that's hating on David. Back in May. He's coming, he's going to knock that boy the fuck out.
Court's adjourned.